Today we are going to be reviewing some of the basic concepts of geography called the 5 themes of geography. The 5 themes of geography are location, place, movement, human environmental interaction, and region. Now, before I get into the specifics of each theme of geography, I want to talk for a second about why these themes of geography are even important. Nowadays, the push of a button literally allows you to interact with people all over the world. Because we're such a global society, travel is easier now than it ever was before, and you may find yourself interacting with other people who are from completely different places and different cultures.
And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Hello? Oh, yeah.
It's important to understand the way different people live their lives because it informs their actions and interactions with us. Every place in the world has its own unique identity, and if we can understand what that is, it helps us as we interact with people from those places. So the first theme of geography is location. Location can be described in 2 major ways. The first way you can describe location is absolute location. Absolute location tells exactly where you are. It can be expressed as either a longitude and latitude coordinate pair, or it could be expressed as an address. For example, the White House is located at about 39 degrees north and 77 degrees west. This is an approximation because sometimes longitude and latitude is very, very refined. That means that the White House is located approximately 39 degrees north of the equator, which is the invisible line that separates the northern and southern hemispheres, and approximately 77 degrees west of the prime meridian, which is the invisible line that divides the western and eastern hemispheres. You can also express the absolute location of the White House with its address, which is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., 20500. Using longitude and latitude to express the absolute location of a place is really important, even though we don't commonly speak in those terms. Longitude and latitude is commonly used in a lot of the apps that we use all the time, such as Google Maps. Longitude and latitude is also particularly useful when you may not have an exact address, such as if you're in the middle of the ocean.
Is there anyone alive out there? Can anyone hear me?
A place's relative location is where that area is in relationship to somewhere else. It's likely that we use relative location more commonly when we speak and tell people places like where we live. For example, if you're inviting a friend over to your house and you want to give them directions, you probably won't tell them to, head 1.2 miles north and then make a left. You'll probably use landmarks or relative locations in order to guide them to your house.
What's around the river bend? Waiting just around the river bend.
If you were trying to direct someone to come and visit you, you probably wouldn't give them turn-by-turn directions from where they're coming from. You would just say, "Oh, do you know restaurant X? Go past that, make a left, and I'm the 3rd house on the right." The second theme of geography is place. Place describes both the people and the environment of the place that you're talking about. For example, my husband and I went to Colorado, and it was very, very different from where we live. If I was describing the physical features of the place, I would talk about how it was so cool while you were driving on the roads that you could see the Rocky Mountains in the distance. I would talk about the mountainous area and the elevated sea level that made the temperature, while it was cold, not feel bone-chilling cold because we were at such a high elevation. These things are regarding the physical features of the place, and it helps to paint a picture of what that's like for someone who's never been there. Another way you can describe place is to talk about what the people are like. Going back to my Colorado example, they were some of the friendliest football fans I have ever met. When my husband and I showed up wearing the opposing team's gear, everybody was telling us to have a great time and enjoy the game and even wishing us luck. When we looked at them very confused, they asked us what was wrong, and we said that we were Eagles fans, and back where we live, the fans don't do that. They're not that nice.
Put motor oil on the light poles.
Being able to describe the natural environment and the people of a place helps us paint a picture of what different areas are like because, like I said, each place has its own unique identity. The third theme of geography is movement.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Because we live in such a globalized society, we get so many things from different places. I did an activity with my classes where we took a lollipop and we examined where each of the ingredients and components of the lollipop came from and how they were assembled in Ohio. So many raw materials that make up the things that we use every day come from all over the country and many times all over the world. And it's not only products that get around very quickly. Remember how fast COVID spread? COVID didn't just affect people's health. It also affected the supply chain, which is the chain by which goods are manufactured and distributed throughout the world. My husband and I bought our house in 2020, right before the world shut down. Because everything was shut down for quite a while, including places that make furniture, we had to wait a really long time to even get a couch. This was because COVID had disrupted the supply chain and there weren't enough people to make the items and then ship the items and deliver the items. This disruption in the supply chain could still be felt 2 years after COVID first came to America. The fourth theme of geography is human-environmental interaction. Humans typically do one of three things when they are interacting with their environment. Humans depend on their environment.
Fire! There you go!
People also adapt to their environment. If I were to take a vacation to a lovely tropical island right now, I would definitely have to dress differently because I'm not dressed appropriately for the beach right now. As humans, we adapt to our environment by the clothes that we wear, the types of homes we build, and other things. The other way that humans interact with the environment is that they modify the environment to better suit their needs. Humans build roads and buildings and other modes of transportation in order to make our lives easier.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when the light.
The last theme of geography is region. A region is basically an area of land that has things in common. There are different types of regions, such as formal regions and vernacular regions. A formal region is a region with very clearly defined boundaries, such as a state or a country. Vernacular regions are areas that don't have clearly defined boundaries, but everybody kind of knows where it is. Examples of vernacular regions would be like the Jersey Shore or South Philly. Central Jersey is also definitely a vernacular region because some people don't even believe that it exists. So to end this video, I have a challenge for you. Let's see if you can guess the city that I'm thinking of based on my description of it using the 5 themes of geography. Okay, so the location of this city is approximately 40 degrees north and 80 degrees west. The relative location is that it is east of the state of Ohio. To describe this place, there are lots of mountains in the area, but also flatter land, There are some rivers around and through this city. The people are very, very clean. This is the cleanest city I've ever been to. And they tend to like the colors black and yellow. In terms of movement, the #1 export from this city is metal. For human environmental interaction in this city, people have built bridges. They've also built homes and even cool restaurants into the mountains. The region that this city is in the northeastern part of the United States of America. If you have a guess as to what city I am talking about, please leave me a comment and I will tell you if you are correct. Thank you so much for watching this video today, friends. If you found it helpful or you want extra credit for my class, please like this video and subscribe to the channel.